Welcome back for more Elden Ring, ladies and gents. We're doing well. My name's Lewis, aka Manyouaman here. So in this episode, first of all, we're gonna go back to the Seal Tunnel where we got the Smithing Stone 4, 5, and 6, I believe. So this Smithing Stone Tunnel, we got the Smithing Bell bearing to go to the Twin Maiden to buy those Smithing Stones, but we never finished this. So yeah, this is at the bottom part of the tunnel where I will soon face against a boss. So in this episode today, we're starting off with a boss. We don't always start off an episode with a boss, but here we are. You know, 2 episodes in a row. And in this episode, we're gonna basically have plenty of fights against my Nemesis, the Tree Sentinels, and also get into the inside of Lendale, the royal capital. So we finally got to get to Lendale in this episode. Exciting indeed, and yeah, what can I say? Lendale is also very beautiful as well, so that's all good. So what's happening on the screen here is the Onyx Lord. I was going to say the Onyx King, but no, the Onyx Lord. Lord, save me, Lord. So the Onyx Lord is doing all these magic stuff, you know, throwing magic up in the air, throwing magic at me, have an Onyx great sword and stuff like that. So I was using the flail to go through the tunnel because there are miners, and the miners needed to not very great at the whole what was I gonna say, strike weapon. They're weak to that. So middle of the fight, I switched up to this halberd. So the halberd is good because I can poke him. You just saw a couple of attacks that I just poke him at distance, and that tends to work. And I'm doing really good damage, by the way, like 270 damage at one point. And as you can see on the talisman, I still got my lance talisman there, so that's a rookie error. The talisman that wouldn't help me at all in this fight. So I had about 2 flasks coming in, 2 or 3 flasks coming in, and now I ran out. I completely ran out. So I was like, oh shit, what do I do now? So I was gonna call Latella, but I just didn't have time. He just keep raining in on me. So I'm just like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna go full aggressive with this halberd, 2-hand the halberd, and I'll just keep poking him. Just keep poking him. Just keep poking him. So 228 damage, and whenever I get a counter, that will be slightly higher as well. And yeah, to my surprise, I actually got him first time. To my surprise, very surprised. So I thought, you know, oh, why the hell not? I'm just gonna go in and poke him, and I got it. So yeah, it's not the Smithing Stone 5 and 6, it's the Smithing Stone 3 and 4 that I got from this tunnel. I'm not that into the game yet, because Smithing Stone 6 would have been a plus 18, but Smithing Stone 4 would have been a plus 12, and those numbers change a lot. Those 6 levels change a lot on the blade. So you get out of this cave onto a tower, and I'm just like, oh, that's a cool looking tower. It is cool looking indeed, but unfortunately I do not have the access to get into the gate just yet. Oh, all of these are secrets, man. All of these are secrets that I did not know before. And when I was playing the game even more, then I realized this. But I realized this secret way too late. But anyway, you guys will get to see it in however many episodes later. So go back to the capital outskirt. This is literally just outside Lendale, just rolling around, and yeah. So the reason I came back here is that I know there are a few knights enemy that I haven't fought before, but to my surprise, I was not expecting to face against a tree sentinel. And it's definitely tree sentinel. I didn't realize it was a tree sentinel, to be honest. I thought it was just like a normal knight riding a horseback, but no, it is an actual boss. It is an actual tree sentinel. Remember Tree Sentinel from episode 1 and episode 2 and 3? So I managed to fight off the Tree Sentinel, I think in episode 3 or 4. I can't remember too clearly. And then I saw in the background there's a second Sentinel. And this is where I just messed up my button entirely, and I was bashing him with my shield and did 29 damage. That was quite funny actually. Who knows that I'm doing a shield run apparently. So the second Tree Sentinel wants some piece of my booty, and yeah, being double teamed by these two are not a great idea, and that's the reason why I was saying Tree Sentinel is my nemesis, because man, I still remember the first time I got to Limgrave, I was getting my booty kicked by these guys, man. So once again, I'm worrying too much about my ruins. 16k. We all know that roughly about 38k is where I can level up. So I just don't want to lose any souls. I just don't want to lose any ruins. I'd rather use it to buy crap loads of arrows or rubbish that I'm never going to use, than for it to be lost forever. So that's my mentality. Because if you don't use it to level up, if you just got whacked there by 2 of them, synchronized whacking. If you don't end up using your ruins, you're just gonna, to level up your characters, you're just gonna end up farming for ruins later on in the game anyway to make your character stronger. And throughout the whole journey, you'll be weaker. Like, the reason why my characters has been almost at levels at most time, and higher level is because I've been careful not to completely lose my ruins when I die. It happened a few times, but definitely being more careful nowadays. I think that up to a certain level, you're just starting to not really care that much, kind of, because you can gain it back quite quickly, and it takes a very long time for you to, takes a lot of ruin for you to level up anyway. So later down the line is a little bit less relevant. So this is me 1v1ing the Tree Sentinel, having really good success. They don't bleed. That's the annoying thing. They don't bleed at all. So my Blood Flame blade is not really doing that much damage, and they're too aggressive and too quick for me to keep putting on my Black Flame blade. But yeah, I mean, just luring one of them and try to fight one of them is my tactics, because I know I can't face both of them at the same time. And hell no, I wouldn't be able to, not even when I'm on the horseback. And that's another reason why I'm not on the horseback, is because it's because I'm more comfortable dodging their attack on the ground. So I mentioned before that I'm not great at using turret to dodge attack, being on the horseback to dodge attack, and this is kind of why I'm just not great at it. So I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna do it. Can I get better at it? Yeah, I guess I can. But again, I don't want to spend too much time trying to experiment on stuff, especially when I'm recording every single minute, every single second of my gameplay. And it just ended up being too heavy on the computer, right? So, well, too heavy on my storage system. I kind of did want to finish the game first, record everything, finish the game, and then when I defeated that Tree Sentinel and didn't give me any souls, get any ruins, I knew that, okay, if I don't finish this second one, has a very high possibility that I need to fight him again. So I always have to defeat 2 to consider to be a completed boss fight. But anyway, so this is the second one. So yeah, so the reason why I start turning out all these Elden Ring episodes before finishing the game completely is because, man, the 4K footage, the raw footage is very heavy on my hard drives. And literally, I'm digging out space left, right, center. So that's why I just decided to just, you know what, just start the series. Ongoing series. I never know when I'm gonna finish the series because I don't know how many episodes there would be, because, you know, it could be easily just like, oh yeah, it's gonna be 10 episodes, or there could be 50 episodes. So I don't know how big the game is originally, but yeah, it's interesting behind the scene with the storage issue. But back to this tree sentinel, I realized that the stab attack from the katana is actually, it does really good job. It does about 240 damage. So a little bit later on, I started just using that. You can see that 346, way more than the slash, because the slash attack only does about 188. So I can see that I'm looking for the opening now. I'm looking for the opening just to do that stab. And this is where I messed up. I messed up my flow a little bit, I feel like. Because I started using the black flame. I should have just continued to bait his attack, look for opening, and just keep stabbing him, and then that fight would have been done. But unfortunately, because the fight is not done, that means we're going to need to go back to it and do it again. And this time, do it all over again with 2 tree sentinel. So using bow and arrow to get one of them to come in. It's quite cool how they got the shield though to block it. I like that a lot. Man. So yeah, you can see that I'm starting to use the stab attack. I enhance my charge attack, so you can see the axe. I have activated my axe talisman, so I've been using that to bash in more attack. Accidentally drink the cerulean tear. I have reallocated my flask, so then I have a couple more. So I have one more crimson tears. Because literally during the last fight, all I needed was one more crimson tears, and then I'll be comfortable to beat the tree sentinel. But because I wasn't comfortable, I started trying to use black flame. I started messing up my juju, you know, messing up my flow. So 313 damage every time. I haven't used my buff yet, but unfortunately I don't need to use my buff because I drank at the wrong time and got slashed. So round 2, this time completely changed my strategy. I'm using the pokey stick, aka the halberd. So the halberd, this is a plus 12 halberd, and my katana at that point would have been about plus 15. But the halberd does a lot of physical damage. Actually more than the katana in plus 15, but obviously slower, so then the damage per second is lower. So when the tree sentinel disappeared, I got scared. I'm just like, oh no, I hope it's not, you know, he's not going to regenerate all his health. But luckily he didn't. He basically just got teleported back to his spawn place. Because he was getting too close to the area that he shouldn't spawn. So yeah, so the pokey stick, 194 damage. It's not too bad. It has a long range enough to do. It has a long enough range to do 194 damage, and also quick enough for me to do 2 pokes at most time. Yeah, the katana just wasn't working very well constantly, you know, because I need to do the stab attack, but I just didn't think that it was viable enough for me to, it's sustainable enough to do that, because I was missing a lot of slashes because it keep jumping about and riding around. For the stab, it takes longer, so my recovery is higher, but for the halberd, my recovery is a little bit slower each stab. So this fight is also good as well. I started off really bad, really bad, but this time I had the wondrous physics flask with me, so I had a couple of buff on. So you can see that my stab now do 213 damage instead of 197. So 15 more damage also. That's really good, really good. And I got the slope. I got the slope to help me now. So some of his attack can just go over my head. So yeah, so that's the good thing about it. If this guy doesn't have a shield, have a torch instead, and his torch is not really that scary. It's the same business as usual, honestly. I don't know why I put on the blood flame. I should have put on something like a lightning, or maybe not holy. I think it could be quite good defense against holy. So maybe something like a lightning grease would have been pretty good. Poison grease would have been pretty nice because it doesn't bleed. It doesn't bleed. But I think it could get poisoned. But this is where I stunned him for the first time, but I missed all the subsequent stabs. So I started to get panicking, but I'm just like, okay, no, let's breathe and reset. And yeah, and that's it, really. And I just managed to beat those two on my last Crimson Flask. So allocating one extra flask to the health Crimson tier one, definitely worth it. So I got a shield from them. Again, it's a great shield, so I can't use it anyway, but it felt good. It felt good defeating them. And I reckon it'll be quite fun if you play co-op and you know, one of them do magic, one of them go close range, that kind of thing. I think that would be cool. So from the bonfire, well, Style of Grace, you run up and then you get ambushed by one of these gargoyles, and he's pretty damn hard as well. Like, this is where I realized that I'm going into an area where this is going to be quite hard. You can see that I'm starting to get hit a few times on the horseback, so that's why I decided to just get off my horse and try my best to do this on foot. Because on a horseback, you technically speaking, you can't dodge on the horseback. This is really the first time I've faced against these guys, if I remember correctly. I don't remember facing them before, but yeah, they interchange the weapon against either axe or a twin blade. So different gargoyles could change to a different weapon. They might have a sword and an axe, a great axe. They might have a twin blade and a great axe or hammer, or you know, they can interchange between the gargoyles. But this one is got some pretty fearsome attack. And that attack should have killed me. That attack should have outright killed me. I don't know. I'm probably on like 2 HP or something. It was ridiculous. I've gone on full aggression mode with my dual wield katana, because I thought the shield wasn't that great, and my dodging has been okay, so that's why I'm just like, look, let's just get this little bit. So I used my wondrous physic, which is a good idea because it also improved my damage negation, and I think it helped me on that one. I think what I would have done after the roll is to use the overhead attack. I didn't use the overhead attack there at all. So after defeating the gargoyles, running up the stairs doesn't really matter. There's nothing there. You can't open the gate. So I've gone back to the western side of Lenzel, or the eastern side of Lenzel. decided that I need to fight these giants, and these giants are not easy. These giants are not easy. They hit hard, especially when you have 2 giants shooting arrow at you. You can see that I just got shot again. They do a lot of area of attack damage. So I was just trying to get this guy as quickly as possible. You see that I'm doing good damage. I'm progressing really well. And luckily the other giant with the bow and arrow hasn't been successful in hitting me at all. And I managed to get his buddy. And also luckily they don't spawn back. So that's one good thing about it. If you do need to run into this area, they don't get spawned back. Or at least I don't think so anyway. I remember they don't. So grab some golden roarer and we go for the second giant with bow and arrow, with the great bow and arrow. So those are their weak points, so that's why I'm doing such a good damage. I'll just panning the camera to make sure that the other guy is not coming, and the other guy is not coming, then I can go like all out aggression on this guy. This guy's almost dead. Like a couple of thousand souls, really good, really good. And the last guy with the axe, not gonna be afraid of him. So these giants, obviously these giants won't bleed, but once again I'm just trying to buff my weapon up slightly. This one's a little bit annoying because you can see that his legs is all covered up with the weak point. The weak point is actually on his arm, and I don't know how to get to his arm. You can see that his weak point is on the arm. Obviously I won't be able to hit his arm, so my attack are not doing as much as before against the bow and arrow giants. So I'm just trying. My katana doesn't do a lot of stagger damage against these giants anyway, so it's just a painful long fight basically. Later on in the game, I get a brilliant greatsword that can dispatch them easily, but for now, struggling a little bit here. So I put on the twin blade talisman, which means my final attack will do extra damage. It's not that significant, but I just thought every little helps. But I need to be able to finish the combo first, which I've been struggling because it's been hitting me quite hard. But you can see, like, I'm doing about 400 damage, but this guy has like over 100,000 health or something like that. It's incredible. Starting to use something different again. Not really helping that much. 504. That's like 1.5 hits for my katana. So that's why I'm just like, nah, I'm just gonna keep hitting him with katana, and hopefully that'll be that. Got whacked a few more times. Yeah, a bit of a dragged out fight. Just couldn't get him to stagger, couldn't get to his weak point, so yeah, it ended up being a long fight, definitely. You can see that the arm is exposed, but I just don't know how to do the arm bit. Oh, there you go, I could have attacked the arm there a little bit. But I guess I was just trying to go for a safe option. This is where he got to very close to the edge, and I just don't want to fight him at the edge, so I'm trying to get him out of that. It's a frustrating fight. Not only I do very tiny little damage, but also, yeah, it's just a frustrating fight that he's stuck to the side at the end. I'm just like, oh, that actually managed to hit his arm. That's why I did so much more damage. So much more damage. Look at that. Only a little bit left. You can see that I'm just being careful. I don't really care about cheesing him with bow and arrow at the end there, but I just don't want to get on the edge, because even after he died, he fell off the edge. So each to their own. Playing it safe, you know. Playing it safe is so important. Fucking torch. Fucking torch, I'm telling you. Torch always. Extremely dangerous. So after killing those giants, didn't get killed by the dweeb, so that's a good thing. You go up a little bit more, and then the entrance to Lendell is right here. But guess what? It's a boss gate, and right in front of it is a boss. You know, to be honest, I could have done this fight in horseback. Just thinking about it now, and I did. Obviously, I tried, but I feel like I could have done better. Now this is the Draconic Tree Sentinel. So another Tree Sentinel, another of my Nemesis is here. And I was just tweaking some stuff and he threw a fireball at me. So I haven't really actually tried a horseback strategy, I don't think. Not properly anyway. I didn't stick with it. I think I tried it once and I just didn't stick with it. Excluding this time. Yeah, so this Draconic Tree Sentinel, the horse can breathe fire, and he has a great shield and a great axe. Great stuff. OP as shit. I hope I'm that OP. So his great shield also acts as like a claw. It's a really cool boss actually. I really like this fight. I think it's a fantastic fight. The amount of damage that I'm doing was enough to know, for me to know that okay, this is gonna be a drag. And yeah, oh did it drag, oh did it drag. But it's good though, because I'm learning about his move, learning to get better. So I got him to half health, and once you got him to half health, so he will bleed. You just saw him, he bled. Once you got him to half health, he started to do this lightning attack. And he infused his axe with lightning, his shield is lightning, and this lightning attack, I couldn't dodge it very well. I never could. Yeah, so it's not a good thing when you can't dodge an attack. But that was too early there. So I knew that I had to time it right, but I just don't know how. That was too early. It's almost like the lightning needs to start coming down and then you roll, and then you'll be fine. But you need to make sure that you roll far enough forward or backward or sideways. I think rolling sideways, you're always going to get hit. You have to roll forward or backwards in order for it to not get hit by that, even the splash of lightning, that area effect. So yeah, so going back into the fire and just instantly got killed. 20,000 souls. I'm worried about the amount of souls that I got as well. It's always at the back of my mind. I'm just like, but I'll re-engage him anyway, and this time the strategy is different. I'm gonna rain in on him with my bow and arrow. So you can see that I already took off what, 10% of his health left. So that's actually a really viable strategy. So I've gone back to my Hellberg, because I thought, okay, when I was poking the other tree sentinel, that worked. That worked really well. It's a little bit more of a defensive approach, but at least each of my Hellberg stab, I know it will connect 95% of the time. So that those didn't, but I know that at least I have longer reach, so I don't need to be like so close up into his arse all the time. But unfortunately, I think I just don't do enough damage on the Hellberg to make it viable. So same strategy, using my bow, arrow, get him to almost like get his 15% health down or whatever it is. If I can do the entire fight with bow and arrow, I would. So going back to the Hellberg, trying to do better. The horse with the fireball, it's pretty good. It hits hard, and he also fires it quite quickly as well. You see that even with my Hellberg, I'm still missing a lot of my poke, and that's yeah, it annoys me a little bit and I'm just like, okay, this guy jump around way too much, and he moved way too much that my Hellberg is just too slow. So same strategy pretty much, but it just didn't work. So this time I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna extend the fight, I'm gonna rain in on him with my 2 katana. So complete aggression, try to dodge majority of his attack, because when he gets to his lightning phase, I can't block that attack anyway. When his horse uses the fireball, I can't dodge that attack anyway. So in order for me to really use the shield is when he do the slam attack or any physical attack, then I can block it. But even then, it would take too much of my stamina out anyway, that it leave me like vulnerable in a way. So complete aggression build, you can see how much I'm chopping, man. God damn, you just saw how much I chop. I got him to under half health. Similar result to the first fight. So this is my next best result. So I know that the all his electricity attack, even with my shield, I'm not gonna do that great. His horse actually did a great job there. So this one I'm using the twin blade. I haven't changed my talisman, so this is my fault. I haven't changed the talisman enough. So what I should have done is use the Crimson Seed talisman that I got in the last episode, which will improve my flask regeneration, the potency of my flask. So then I'll end up having more flask. Can't remember if I actually end up doing this or not, but so I would say this all of these gameplays at the beginning of the month and of April. So yeah, it started off really well, and then I started getting into the back foot. So I started to get to the back foot, and I just kind of being greedy, and then he just slammed me down with the shield. I think if I have the Crimson Tier, the Seeds talisman, my 1 flask can almost heal my max health. I think I would have played a lot better. So going in with the dual sword is definitely the best idea, because you just saw that I got him down to under half health again. And this is a formidable foe, you know. His attack does so much damage, and I just rushed it once again. I'm being impatient. I'm rushing it, but the dual katana is a good idea. So not all the fights gets him into under half health. Fight like this where I just didn't have a good start, and I just like, you dead. Right, so this is where I put all my flask into Crimson Tier, so I don't need FP, and at the same time, Melina wants to speak to me, so
in Marika's own words, hear me,
looking at the sky again.
Gods, my children beloved, make of thyselves that which ye desire. Be it a lord, be it a god, but should ye fail to become aught at all, ye will be forsaken, amounting only to sacrifices.
There you go. That's what Marika blessing. Marika has blessed us now, so we'll win, right? So I managed to get this great bow to plus 12, and I thought, okay, let's see how it goes. 305, which is not bad, but it also gives me time to sort of buff myself in the process before the fight. You know, any damage will help, and you can see that I'm doing good damage. I buff my sword with blood flame blade. The fireball attack on this horse sometimes can allow you to not heal at the same time. So yeah, Blood Flame Blade. I'm hoping that it'll do some good thing, because the past few fights I wasn't able to do it because I was using a lot of my bow and arrow at the start. So you can see that the bleed effects again is powerful. It's really powerful. So going to half health, managed to hit the booty of the horse. You can see that I'm railing hits on him, and I managed to avoid death on that one. That's really good. So I don't know why, but I have the bow and arrow talisman, which is good at the initial start. But the initial start for my great bow, I only use one arrow anyway, so it became useless in the middle of a fight. So this is again, I should have just used the Crimson Seeds. I knew I got the Crimson Seeds, but I just didn't look enough from the talisman to really help me on that one. So I got burned to death, but that's good progress. You know, the same progress as before. I haven't gone further, but sometimes it is what it is. So this is where I just go, you know what, screw it, screw the bow and arrow at the start. Just go in on him, and I found success. I found success. Look at that. My fury of attack got him, what, 25% down because of the fury that attack I've done. So that's way better than the bow and arrow that I was trying to do at the start. So instead of the bow and arrow talisman, I put down the magic defense. So I'll put up my magic defense to hopefully negate some of the lightning attack and the fireball. But the fireball does fire attack, so it doesn't really do much the defense there. But so this is also one that I'm starting to use a little bit more of the stab attack. But the stab attack again, it gives me too big of an opening. So raining in on him, and I'm just like, okay, this is good, this is good. Bam, bam. So yeah, so you can see my character spinning around, indicating that I am so happy of defeating him. So Dragon Great Claw and a Dragon Claw Shield. Brilliant fight. Absolutely have loads of fun fighting him. So before I went into him and do those furry attacks, I've died about 3 or 4 times before then doing the same thing, but I perfected the timing. Because I know that after he does the little stun and stuff like that, he will come down and then I need to dodge a few attacks. So yeah, so definitely going into him and throwing those, just slashing him up before he actually attacks is a great strategy. So aggression, once again, aggression, not being too careful, not being too impatient, not being too patient. All of that, just being aggressive, know his attack, dodge his attack. You know what? At the end of the fight, you can see that I was rolling very comfortably away from that lightning attack when he had his shield up. When the lightning come from the sky and blast you, I was so bad at dodging that one. But at the end, I dodged it. I dodged into him, and I was able to do my slash attack. So there you go. It's all about the learning about the game, rolling, and defeating bosses that you struggle with. So in here in Nandel, I started using this gold skin peeler weapon that we got in the last episode. So we defeated one of the gold skin Apulsus character boss enemy in the windmill village. So this is a twin blade, so it does a quick single attack between the back and the front. You guys will see. It's a very fun weapon to use. I really enjoy using it. Look at that. That's a taster of the weapon. I don't use twin blade enough. I honestly don't. So this is, I'm this close into the Erg tree, so I need to get to the Erg tree, right? So I'm so close to the Erg tree that I can actually see all the roots and all the stump. Let there be joy. Yeah, there's a lot of bloodstain there for no reason at all. I think people are just trying to jump, but I don't know why. But you can start hearing some music going on. But this is beautiful, mate. Like, mate, coming down here, Lindale, the royal capital, and I'm just like, it's beautiful, man. Look at this. Look at the scale of it. Look at the detail of it. Look at the tree. Look at, you know where you're going. You know, I don't know why I'm pointing. You know where you're going. I literally panned the camera to the left, and you see the Erg tree and then the gate. That's where you needed to go. I just realized this as well. As you can see, I wasn't paying much attention, but now because I played through that part, I know. Oh God, yeah, that's the place I needed to go. That's amazing. I literally just realized it as well. So this funny enemy blowing bubbles at me, magic bubbles. My Godskin pillar is having a good time in here, actually. Really good time. I have fun using these guys, using these weapons. Just using different array of weapons, you know. So I use dual longsword. I use longsword. I use a little bit of daggers. I try using the daggers, and they were all right. The flail, obviously. So similar to like a Morning Star, I guess. Bow and arrow, and you just saw that I tried to use the great bow as well. So using different array of weaponry. There's only so much incarnation that I can use with my level of faith and arcane and intelligence. But at least I'm trying to like switch it up a little bit. Oh, the halberd as well that I try to use. You know, try to switch it up a little bit, not just my Uchihatana all the time. This armor is one of my favorite armor, the scaled armor. I really like it, and I always have my samurai helmet on, just to you know, just always remember with the samurai dude. And I like this eagle kite shield. It's really good, really good. Not as heavy as the brass shield. Not as flamboyant, I guess. Not as showy as the brass shield either. So it matches with a lot of the outfit. And when you wear outfit in Elden Ring or Souls, it's all about that fashion, you know. It's a fashion Souls, you know. So these enemy with the crossbow, these are once again they're called the page enemy. So we faced a couple of them in the last episode as well. But these one in the capital, they are a lot more aggressive. They're a lot more aggressive, and they are a lot better. They're a lot higher level. So that's why, like, going into Lindale, going into Arterus Plateau and Mount Gelmir, all of these places like a step up. After Liurnia, all of these places is like a bloody step up. Huge. And obviously the Khalid is a massive step up from Limgrave and Liurnia. But it's like a place there for you to explore and challenge yourself. You know, if you're a lower level character. You can get some really good stuff in Khalid early on if you can withstand a couple of attacks and withstand the amount of deaths that you're going to have. So the Godskin Peeler is doing a pretty good job against them, I would say. So yeah, it's bloody good. It's bloody good. I enjoy it. I like it. But I will eventually move back to my Uchihatana a little bit later on, because unfortunately this area is a fair bit harder. So I need a weapon that does a lot better damage. So yeah, you know, I kept a lot of the footage of Lendale in there. I guess the earlier on Lendale. There's a little bit of the sewage bit that I cut off, but yeah, I ended up kind of walking back and forth in Lendale Royal Capital quite a lot anyway. Not going to show you every single place in great detail, but you will see enough of the Royal Capital for sure. That's for sure. I just like the fact that you can just jump around and jump onto each roof and find another way, that kind of thing. So it's all very interesting indeed. So all of these perfumer enemy once again. So these guys, they're not very good close range, but they can of course use that explosive attack, and they do a lot of damage. They do a lot of damage. Doing a pretty good job so far. The ghost skin peeler. I think you can also infuse. No, you. I can't remember whether or not you can infuse the blood flame onto your ghost skin peeler. I don't think you can. So got the perfume bottle. Again, I haven't crafted any perfume. It could help potentially. I don't know. I need to look at the items that I can craft with it. Potentially, it will help me with my current boss that I'm facing. Nudge Nudge Wing Wing. It's a very difficult boss. I spent about an hour and a half trying to beat it already, and not much success. So the seabed curse that we got from the corpse. So this seabed curse, basically, if you give it to the dung eater in the round table, it's starting to unlock his side quest. And we did actually, is one of the side quests that I managed to unlock. Without any worry of the world, I just decided to jump out the window, and yeah, no, this game is just crazy. It allows you to jump to anywhere that is possible. You can jump onto each roof, drop down into places. That's why this game is so good. It just allows you to do stuff that it wants you to go to. Majority of these is helped by the map design. You know, the design of the map is amazing. That's how it allows you to do all these stuff. Alright, waving around your bell. There you go. We are in a slightly lower level, and just jumping around once again. So yeah, the Godskin Pillar definitely can be a aggressive build because it attacks very fast. It's good attack, but yeah, it can be a bit annoying because it doesn't do that much stagger damage, but at the same time, the attack, the combo that you're doing can also lead you to be quite open for attack by some of the heavier enemy. So heavier enemy like knights, for example, especially with a shield, then you are not that great. Definitely a shield. Like if you're facing a shield enemy, you don't have enough to break their shield, so you have to just go around them and backstab them, or just do that. Just absolutely combo the hell out of him with heavy attack, light attack, heavy attack, light attack, to kill him. But that knight was trying to buff up anyway, so he gave me a very long opening to kill him, which is fine. So yeah, Lendale was pretty cool actually. Saw one of those page enemy, and this guy can shoot 3 arrows at me, man. They have quite they have quite long health. They have quite high health, and that perfumer is helping everyone, which is not helping me because I just ate 3 of his explosive bolt. Yeah, it's not great. Look at him. He's fucking Machine Gun Kelly. It's not great. It's not great. So round 2, I decided to use a bow and arrow because I know there's a perfumer there in the behind the bar. We were just having a nice chat behind the bar, but I just thought, look, I need to kill him. You see that already done some damage to him. So guess what? His machine gun Kelly got me again. Not fun, not fun. I'm just like, bloody hell, that's that much damage. So earlier I was talking about, not earlier, I think in the last episode I was talking about a thief build, and then I kind of stopped talking about it. Got distracted somehow. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing a thief build, maybe dual wield dagger, and then a short bow so that I can fire quicker. But I'm thinking, maybe I'll do a thief / assassin build and have a crossbow instead of the short bow, which will be very similar to the longbow. And eventually I'll get a new bow in this episode as well, which acts like a short bow but is not a short bow. So I'm thinking like that build I might just do like a crossbow. A crossbow, daggers, could be quite fun, you know. And then if I want a more powerful weapon, then I can maybe have a twin blade potentially. So a rapier, yeah, rapier with a thief assassin. Yeah, I think that fits. Not the twin blade. Yeah, I think that will work. I think that will work very well. Wearing lighter armor. I don't know if you run faster or roll further if you do that, but it is what it is sometimes. Against the dogs without the shield, which is stupid because they do a lot of poise damage. They can stagger you so easily. If you don't have a shield to block their attack, you just need to be mindful of when the opening is. Dog. Be wary of dog. Well, if only I went from the right side. So just checking the map, I'm pretty much in central Lendale now. So it's saying boss ahead, but it's not really. It's not for this one. It's kind of annoying that I couldn't backstab them, but luckily I managed to hone in my combo enough to kill him. But yeah, it was annoying. The God Skin Pillar is definitely not great against shield. That's why, like, it was annoying enough for me to change it back to the Chitana, because right now it looks nice and smooth, but eventually I started to die a lot. Also, you can infuse it. Oh, look at that! Ooh. God damn! After you infuse it, it's like a Star Wars. It's like the twin blade lightsaber, the double-sided lightsaber. It still didn't help me too much though. So it was this guys who I had an easier time with, and now I'm having such a bad time because the initial 1 or 2 attack for this God Skin Pillar just isn't. It just doesn't do high enough damage. It doesn't do high enough damage, and it doesn't do enough stagger damage. Just once you start getting your combo down, then it does a lot of damage. But one of the great thing about this is the yeah, it's just the black tornado. That's really cool. It does use up quite a lot of focus point, but it's really good. So not having a lot of flasks left, or none in fact. Look at the right there. I thought you could open the door, but it ended up that you can't. But I tried to have a little good go at him, but it doesn't end well. Black Flame doesn't really do that much damage because he got his shield up. It doesn't do that much damage in general, really. it would have been better if I used my black tornado from the Godskin Peeler to attack him. I tried to backstab him, but I just don't seem to be able to do it. And when you're using the items with the shield, so single hand, not the double hand. Oh, you can backstab him. I just did the animation, but it didn't get into the animation. Yeah, I don't know. It's the backstabbing thing is all very janky with twin blade, I think. So I saw another knight, and yeah, the shield is annoying, and the double hand on the twin blade, like I said, only does a little bit damage, and I just don't have enough opening to rein in a combo. And yeah, that's that. That's where I started to get a little bit annoyed at the Godskin Pillar. Just like, it just doesn't do that much damage. But I stuck with it for a little bit more. And at the beginning here, I jump onto the roof and started just to explore the roof. You know, the one great thing that I always mention about Elden Ring is the ability to explore however you want. And adding the jump button, they didn't add it just as a control. They added it as a whole feature. There's a whole feature of jumping around to it, and you can see it consistently apply to map designs. You can jump on roof, you can jump on edges, you can jump on mountains. Not everywhere you can jump off and drop off, but definitely a lot more places than you think you can. Especially with your horse turret as well, you can jump to a lot of places. And you can see that the jump button is it was applied earlier in the concepts, and then they can create the map to complement it as well. I think for From Software working on Sekiro, a very story-driven linear experience action-adventure game, for them doing that game, they have to re-innovate how they do the terrain and everything, because you've got a grappling hook. Yeah, you have the ability to double jump because you are a Sekiro, you are a ninja, a shinobi. So they had a blast of reinventing their map design there to allow for that concept to thrive. And I think for Elden Ring they did the same thing. And this one I just fall down out of stupidity. I was trying to spin around and run up for a good jump to the other rooftop, but I ended up jumping down here and with loads of with tons and tons of these soldiers, but luckily they couldn't get through this flower bed, let's say. It's not bad on cloud control, I guess. So I start seeing like knights are coming, the soldiers are coming. I'm just like, look, let's just chill out and let me get back in, and hopefully can get you guys on a one-on-one situation instead of just 3 against 1, especially with the knight. There's no chance, no chance. So I got my shield out. So when you do a single hand swipe attack on the Godskin Pillar, the attack is alright. It's not that bad. And you don't exactly need the combo for maximum attack. But I don't exactly need the Godskin Pillar to do single hand attack. I've got the katana for that. You know what I mean? I've got like katana for that. I've got the halberd for that. So that's why I'm just like. It was fun using it for a little while, but it soon became bit of a weapon that's like, it's a bit of a shame, but I've got better things that I can use. So defeating these guys one by one. Yeah, they're no match to me. Another Lost Swan Strafe Sword and the brass shield as well. Brilliant. So I've got the Imp Head Corpse. So all of these Imp Head will have a different kind of a special thing applied to it. So one of the Imp Head is to increase stamina, and stamina regeneration, I believe. One of them increase faith, and one of them increase this, one of them increase that. So what you guys didn't see when I dropped down here is when I first got onto that long strip, there is an Oak Tree avatar roaming around. It doesn't roam down this way, but yeah, there was a Oak Tree avatar roaming that way. So that's why I didn't want to go straight just yet. So one of them already warned me about Burial, right? And I just didn't listen. I got bitten. Yeah, see what I mean about the single hand combo is pretty good, but it just doesn't feel powerful, you know? Because for the two hands attack, the first hit it does about 50% damage, and then if you quickly swing, you can get that attack up really high. But it just doesn't have. You have to get all those combo in for the twin blade. It's a fun weapon to use. And it's a completely different style style of fight that I'm not used to. Because you have to really watch out for an opening that you really hone it in. Ah, yeah, there you go. The black bow. So the black bow is it became my bow of choice after the long surface of the long bow. So the blade-like body of the bow is light and cut through the air. Though a long bow, it can be wielded similarly to a short bow. So the skill is Barrage, and this is a really excellent skill. So Mighty Shot is do a powerful shot, but Barrage is basically like really quickly. You can really quickly get your arrows out, and it's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, absolutely fantastic. I love it. So I ended up, so the black bow is also my first weapon that I needed the sombering smithing stone. So not the normal smithing stone, the special smithing stone that is coated in white things. I need that special smithing stone to level up the black bow. So the black bow is considered as a special weapon, which is fantastic. That's fine by me because it was my first weapon to be upgraded using that material. So I got loads in my inventory. So I'm pretty sure that I managed to get it up to plus 7 immediately, +7 or +6. So going around in Dale, still trying to find a Sigh of Grace. Progressed the game enough now. You can see that I'm looking at my map, just like, where the hell is my Grace? First off left, and then behold something incredible. I'm just like, oh, and then start seeing those yellow, that yellow golden thing kind of hovering around the air. Then I know, yes, then I know it is the bloody Grace. So happy for that. So I got another Grace, and still got a lot of area to search about. But I went back to the round table because I want to speak to the Dung Eater about this seabed curse that I got.
The box, yet tender, power Apparently my seedbed is ripe and waiting. 'Twas a brief respite, I must say. Go and unshackle my corporeal flesh, trapped in the sewer jail below the capital. I can kill you and defile your corpse. Then the pox will truly be your own. Go and unshackle my corporeal flesh, trapped in the sewer jail below the capital.
Trapped in the sewage jail below the capital of Lindale. So yeah, we'll get there eventually, to the sewage. But now I'm just worrying about all these places and getting into the church, and he's actually one of the Crucible Knights from the last episode that I couldn't fight. So I recognized them and I was just like, okay, it's only one, so it should be okay, right? Using my God Skin Peeler, you know, buff up, because I knew how good they were in the cave in the last episode. I know there's only one, but again, one of those bullshit things that I can't backstab, so I was like, oh, that's annoying. So one attack is about 101 damage against him, so it's not great. But then the second attack, get that multiplied by about 400, if I see that correctly. 300. Okay, yeah. So it doesn't do that much damage. So yeah, a formidable foe, a Crucible Knight that I've seen the second time. So this is the second time that I've seen this guy, and he's already kind of kicking my butt. But I got 11 flasks, so I'm ready. Oh, actually, no, this is the third time I get against the Crucible Knight, because in one of the Evergoa, I just remembered, because he had his wing, one of the Evergoa actually faced against one of his brother with the sword and with the great sword. Yeah, I think it was the great sword, wasn't it? It was the Evergoa that was really like early on ago. They try to whack me, I try to whack him, and that's cool though, the little shoulder bash. So yeah, I need to reset. Reset is always good, you know, to sort of get your mind right, get your strategy right, and hone in on him for a couple more hits. Yeah, so sometimes it can be good, but just watch out that your reset of your... Yeah, you see, I'm trying to muck around again. I'm trying to muck around with the Black Tornado, but then I ended up not having enough focus point to do it. If I would have just gone in with my shield and just poke him, that would have been done. I didn't need to use all my S's for that, all my flasks for that. I came in with 11 flasks and I used all of them. So, and I was trying to muck around with it too. I'm just like, oh, idiot, you idiot. Yeah, that was me being an idiot there, because I don't know what's ahead. So, for me to use all my flasks just then, it was a bit stupid. But luckily, the lift get me back to the starting area. The starting area of... Right, that's really annoying that my camera's on. Well, my 4K camera just freezes again. I really need to sort it out. I really need to sort that one out. It's only when I'm recording like this. If I'm doing my gameplay and just having OBS on and recording my face cam, that works absolutely fine. It works well with the Elgato 4K capture software. But when I have my editing software, you know, watching in the background, and that seems to kind of distort it. I think it's especially apparent when I'm doing my cuts. When it cuts to the next scene, it might be, I don't know. I mean, I got nothing else open but my OBS recording, and then my editing software, Filmora, open. So I don't know. It's It's a strange, definitely strange thing to have. Maybe I have too many USB plugged in that could disrupt the signal, but it never happened for me when I was recording the gameplay. CPU, my GPU have a lot of headroom, so it's none of that as well. So somehow, some way, my editing software conflict with the 4K count link. I don't think it did it before when I had the so the one thing I changed about the software is obviously turned on the hardware acceleration on the GPU. So maybe I need to turn that off so then it doesn't interfere with the recording of OBS and the signal of the 4K the camera 4K capture. Again, a bit of behind the scenes for you. Trying to figure out an issue that I have. I mean, I don't stream, so the only time you hear about me behind the scenes stuff will be post commentary, I guess. So got into the Lentel, opened some door, got through some sand deserted place, got the elevator up to this bit. So this gateway is being sealed off by someone that we fairly familiar with, called Margot the Grace Given. So we need to defeat Margot, not Margit, Margot. So yeah, we need to fight him. They could be brothers. I don't know. They could be. They could very well be.
To the base of the Erd Tree. Here, I can govern my own movement, and thus, the accord is fulfilled. I shall depart to ascertain the
accord is
purpose I was
fulfilled.
given. Farewell. I shall leave Torrent, and the power to turn runes into strength. Here, with you.
Thank you.
I wish you luck.
Thank you for leaving
In
Torrent.
realizing your ambition. You have fought long and hard. I have no doubt you will become Elden Lord. May you take the throne.
May we take the throne to become an Elder Lord. So it's getting expensive leveling up now. 80 going to level 84. I need 40k, so yeah, it's definitely getting more and more expensive. But you know, back we go. So this is another Erd Tree avatar. This time in a little bit more narrow, I guess, place. But I know all his moves, so that's why I'm confident in doing this two-handed. But it's still not great, as you saw. Still getting my butt kicked sometime. But you know, and then I got my shield out because I'm being a little bit careless, especially in the arena where I don't have that many spots. So, I'm so surprised he missed me there, but yeah, I got into this little room here, and then he just keeps spamming that holy missile attack. So it was a standstill for a little bit because he just keeps spamming that, so I couldn't get out either. I could cheese it with the bow and arrow, but I'm just like, nah, I don't really want to do that. Yeah, it's a little bit bullshit though. Yeah, it was literally spamming that attack left, right, center. It would have been easy if I just put poison arrows in him, and then that would be that. Because he does have quite a lot of health. So back to my single katana as well. Just losing all focus. I know I can dodge all of his attack. you know, instead of my dual wield katana, I changed to my my single-handed with a shield. If he did the slam attack, I would have been dead. If he did a slam attack, I would have been dead then. But he chosen the wrong move, let's just say. So I got the Lord's Rune. So basically, it's a rune that I can pop and grab like loads of runes. I don't know how much. Maybe 100k. Maybe, I don't know. No, definitely not 100k. Maybe like 50k or so. So you go up the stairs and you start facing all these soldiers. And now I ran out of Crimson Tears. I just don't have anyone to anywhere to run. And then there's a knight with a great bow. That was a really good timing. So one more hit, I would have been dead. So this is where I started just like, okay, let's just run around, grab all the items, and that'll be that. Still using the God Skin Peeler, you know, switching, like, yeah, they were having a party there. Yeah, just switching up all the weapon, just having good old fun, you know what I mean? Switching weapons, katana, God Skin Peeler, changing the style, making the game more entertaining. You don't want the game to be a little bit samey all the time, right? Just running around like a lunatic and grabbing all kinds of items, just jumping down without a thought. Again, I'm just praying for a sight of grace. And for me, it looks like a ladder. It looks like it goes down to a sewage area. So I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, this is the sewage that the dung eater is talking about. But no, not really. And I saw the creepy enemy. So this is the first time of using the black bow. So how does it fare? The damage is a little bit less than the long bow. It is definitely a little bit less. This is not actually the first time. This is the second time. The first time I used it on the deserted place. So yeah, it can quick fire. So this is the barrage that they were talking about. So got rid of that enemy, and it gave me 1,349 runes. So we know that the more runes that you earn from killing enemy, the harder this area is. So indicating that this area is actually pretty damn hard already. So yeah, so there's that enemy all by itself. But I don't want to touch him, you know, because I don't have any flasks. As simple as that. So I'll try to explore the place a little bit more. At the same time, so I don't want to, you know, lose all my runes. So just being a little bit careful. I know my attack does fair amount of damage, but I'm just going to places. I'm just like, okay, I saw you. I can't kill you because that almost got me, to be fair. I can't kill you because I haven't got any health. I got 18k, and Lord and behold, that fucking tree monster is starting to pop out, and I'm just like, you know what? That's a good idea. Let's just use fast travel to go back to the previous site of grace, and then after a while we stumble upon this area. Try to give this gargoyle a good booty smacking, but what a booty smacking that is. So this one got a sword, and then he got a great axe in his back. So yeah, once again, different gargoyles with different weaponry that they can switch to. That was cool. That was a cool attack. Yeah, that problem with my camera freezing as well. That seems to happen like every hour and 8 minutes, 9 minutes or so. So I don't know what's that all about. I don't know why. I don't know why it's tend to hang at that point. The thing is, it didn't do it for the last episode that I did the post commentary, episode 14. Obviously, it didn't happen then, so I don't know why it happened sometimes and not happen the other time. But all I know is it's happening more and more, which is concerning to say the least. So I almost got the gargoyles, but unfortunately I used up all my flasks. So sometimes I feel like having my camera locked on is not that great, because it just moved too much. I got the golden seed there, but that means my shield was down because I had a little prompt saying golden seed. So I got chopped down. I tried a couple more times and I'm just like, you know what, screw it, can't be bothered. And then I went a different way. Oh, is this me trying again, or is it me going a different way? I think this is me trying once again. But yeah, it wasn't too bad, but it just yeah, it's one of those, like, okay, you have a whole gang, you have those little dude who will shoot bubbles and stuff at me, and I need to block that. And that entire fight, I just did not have a rhythm. You see, that bubble just hit me. Just right there, I'm just like, oh, that's a bit stupid. And yeah, got myself out of rhythm and got killed. The moveset for these gargoyles is quite hard to predict, especially the weapons that they use. So I decided to say, hey, you know what, sod it. So I'll continue to explore around Lendale, and this is the most interesting part. Does this remind you of anything? Does this remind you of anything? This doesn't, because we haven't been here. But yeah. But this room should have shown you that grabbing the wet blade, grabbing the hammer. So this is the round table, ladies and gents. This is the round table. This is where Fear would have been. So I got the hero ruin by my sword. So yeah, something strange about this place, right? The round table is based on this fort. So when you look at the map, I'm pretty sure it says this is a fort. And opening this door, there would have been the fingers, there would have been the finger readers, but of course we are in a complete different world. So there's still a throne, but there isn't any finger reader, there isn't any fingers, and we get this coated sword. So it'll be very interesting to see what the lore behind this is. Why is the round table the same as Lendale, one of the forts in the Lendale? Extremely, this is a really cool sword, but unblockable blade. Yeah, it's a sword that I won't use, but yeah, you can pause the video and read that description if you want to. But yeah, it's just really freaky. Like the place on the round table is exactly the same. Exactly the same. Oh, also the area you're starting to get smithing stone 5 and 6, so you know that you're gonna get important. You're gonna need to improve your weapon a lot. So this is the library where the all-knowing Gillian would have been. The dude is dead. Try to take a swipe at him to make sure that he's really dead. But yeah, no, this is where the Twin Maiden would have been. yeah, this is where the Dung Eater is gonna be. You can see there will be another seabed curse in here. So yeah, it's extremely interesting to see what happened. Like, what is this? Like, what is this place? What exactly is the Round Table? You know, they were saying that the Round Table is a place for Tarnish to, you know, go become an Elden Lord, but really? I don't know. So we jump down here as well in the previous in the Round Table. We can also jump down here, and then someone will invade you. I think that wizard, it is called Arborage, which we just got all his armor. There's a Sigh of Grace here, and another painting. So this painting again is telling me some sort of a secret, but I don't know what kind of secret it wants. The flightless bird. Yeah, I don't know what these paintings trying to show really, but once I complete the game, then I can start reading up on the wiki and watching videos on the lore, and to get really understood the meaning of all of these. You know, the meaning of why is the Round Table exactly the same as the Nendel fort. So yeah, and that really is it for this place. It's just really cool, and I just want you guys to I was shocked. You know, I want you guys to feel shocked as well seeing this area. Just like, hey, you know, this is the same as the Round Table. Yes, it is exactly the same as the Round Table. And the stairs broken as always. I don't know why. These two rooms was the room for the stonework key, stone sword key even. There's some prayer books that we can get, and there was actually some enemies here, but they're not that we care about. They're easy to kill. There's servants, and they're easy to kill. Cooking up some nice soup, I hope. Whatever it is, you have a backyard. Yeah, that's really annoying that it happened again, but yeah, basically the lift will take me back to the place that I've been before, which is the Divine Tower. I think that's what it's called. So I was here a long time ago. I was here a long time ago. I was taken by one of the chests. Yeah, the Divine Bridge. So I was taken by one of the chests to here, and there's nowhere I can go. So now I know that this is at the back of the fort. So once again, annoying that my camera freezes. I know OBS is still working, so I know it's not OBS because it records my sound. So I know it's the 4K camera capture. So again, this guy, I want to have a little go at him, but man, am I so wrong. I did not get a hit in him, and I just got absolutely battered by him. That was embarrassing, ladies and gents. I got absolutely battered by this guy. I thought, on my blood flame blade, oh, I'm ready to go. No, did not get a hit in. So revenge time. Revenge time. A barrage of arrow, and he dodged like majority of them. So I'm just like, okay, cool. I need to grab my soul, 46,000 souls, which I can level up once, and then started trying to face him head on. You know, instead of trying to sneak up onto him or whatever that is, I'm just trying to go into him, raid in on him. Use my ultimate attack, the overhead attack, 798 damage. Done. That was it. That was it. And I've been through this place a little bit, haven't I? I've been through this place very quickly. And hey, Sigh of Grace. I didn't turn my camera enough to see the Sigh of Grace, so that's actually really good. So 2 very important items. So I got a deathbed dress and a Liano armor set, the outfit. So yeah, so I'm just like, hey, why is there like, why is there so much stuff? Like, what are they signaling? Like, so the armor is, yeah, you guys read it. When the chivalrous Dauntless Knight met Fia, who has been driven from her home, he declared himself to be her father. So Fia is the lady that wants to hug you. Her name is Fia too. The touch of the fabric is exceedingly soft as to not to harm even the most withered corpse while still sharing her warmth. Extremely thin and sheer white dress worn by the deathbed companion as she embraces the dead. So yeah, I don't know what the lore is behind that. It'll be interesting. Be interesting to see what it is. So back to this tree, bro, and pretty much this is the end of the episode, ladies and gents. So right now I've got 8 flasks instead of just trying to run around. I haven't gone against him just yet, but look at him, he's going mad. He's going mad. He was like, oh, where are you? I want to kill you, I want to kill you. So yes, this is coming towards the end of the episode. Still got a lot to do. Still got plenty of things to do in the world of Nandel. I thought I can get to the sewage like this in here, but no, it ended up being a little bit different to it. So it is what it is. This episode, going past all these tree sentinel and going past Lendel. The first exploration of Lendel, the royal capital, is finished, and to celebrate we must kill this tree spirit dude, and yeah, just raining attack on him with a dual katana. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Click the like button, of course, smile on my face, subscribe to my channel for more things Elden Ring and any other games I play. Stay safe out there, keep calm, and video game. Peace.